Right then, lads and lasses, how we're doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a lovely day. Welcome back to the Geordie Josh channel, and welcome back to 5 PM news. Lads and lasses, oh my god, we have got some major breaking news in this video, some we don't want to hear, but trust me, we're going to be okay. We've got a very little bit of cushion news at the end of the video where everything's going to be perfectly fine. There is a little bit of a downside, but trust me, it's going to be completely fine. What you're definitely thinking, 100% right now is, how on earth are you wearing a pink Newcastle United shirt? Well, I'll quickly sum this up before we get onto this gigantic news, by the way. Quite a bit to get through, the little timeline that we've got to go through as well. But yes, this is a Newcastle United shirt that it is unreleased at the moment, by the way. It was released early on sale in some certain JD stores. Thankfully, I managed to get my hands on it, and I did put it out on Twitter, Instagram, before anyone else, and it's quite nice, isn't it? I think it is a third goalkeeper shirt. It's 100% a goalkeeper shirt, but I believe it is the third choice of the goalkeeper shirt. And my oh my, could this not have been our away kit instead of that horrible green one? But it's quite nice, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It really is. It's quite tight though, so when you do get your hands on one, when it is officially announced and released by the club for sale, maybe go the size up. Like, I'm a size medium, and this is what it looks like on me. So maybe go for a large if you are a medium. But without further ado, if you do enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new for all Newcastle United content. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, starting off with Ekitike and Alexander Isak. Gigantic news, by the way, it can't be understated. Some of the biggest we've ever had on the YouTube channel. Florian Plettenberg, who is from Sky Sports Germany, has said as of this morning, Newcastle have had a written offer of £69 million, 80 million euros, which is around Hugo Ekitike's release clause, I believe, rejected from Frankfurt. I believe they want more money than that, mainly due to the payment terms. It wasn't because they want more than £69 million or 80 million euros. It was how Newcastle were going to pay that, probably a large spread over a set few years. David Ornstein then said, in some bigger and unfortunate news, but yet again, do not worry, Liverpool make an approach to sign Alexander Isak from Newcastle. No bid has yet been made due to Newcastle making their stance clear on wanting to keep Alexander Isak, but they have made their interest clear in doing a deal in the region of £120 million. I think we can all say, ladies and gentlemen, Newcastle United will not sell Alexander Isak for £120 million. He's worth way more than that, just because he's at Newcastle United and we're Newcastle fans, and we arguably get to see the best striker in the world play week in, week out. Of course he's going to be worth more money to us, but even if he was playing for Aston Villa, us Newcastle fans could say, well, he is worth more than £120 million. Even with these recent injuries, he's still bagging the goals in, and obviously it's kind of like hard to look past the fact he is one of the best players on the planet, despite being an out-and-out number 9 striker. Like, he's a phenomenal footballer as well. His footwork, his close ball control is absolutely fantastic. Just after that though, Fabrizio Romano kind of backed up what David Ornstein said, although saying it before the Athletic reporter. He said in a little bit more detail, Liverpool make a club-to-club approach to sign Isak. If Isak isn't available, they will go for Hugo Ekitike, a man Newcastle United want. And don't worry, after we round up all this news, we will get onto a full explanation. So, as it seems right now, don't worry, we've got more to get onto, but it looks like Liverpool are trying to snooker Newcastle United. Well, we're going to give you a club record fee for Alexander Isak, and if you're not going to give us Isak, we'll take Hugo Ekitike off you, who you obviously want as well, and it has been made clear, obviously, Newcastle have had a bid rejected for Hugo Ekitike. We are trying to get the player to play alongside Alexander Isak, while trying to keep Isak. Liverpool are basically saying, well, we want one or the other. I'm pretty sure in every single Newcastle United fan's case, we all want to keep Alexander Isak. Maybe if we could have got Ekitike back when he was worth £20 million and then we sold Isak for like 150, it could have worked out that way, but we're not selling Isak for 120 and buying Ekitike for like £80 million if Frankfurt want us to kind of up the offer that we've made. That just doesn't work, does it? We all want to keep Alexander Isak. But thankfully, ladies and gentlemen, although there is a little bit of a downside, we will get straight into it. Liverpool, according to Keith Downey of Sky Sports, has now said that they know Alexander Isak will stay at Newcastle this summer. No matter how much money they chuck up, they know Alexander Isak wants to stay on Tyneside. However, the downside we've been talking about is they will now rival Newcastle to the signing of Hugo Ekitike. It's so unfortunate, isn't it? Because we can see this working out so well. If we got that French striker, oh my God, we'd be an absolute powerhouse next season. Ekitike, Isak, Asula, Gordon, Barnes, Murphy, Alanga. Like, them attacking options are crazy, by the way. I know we've got Europe, and we are going to be competing on all four fronts, as Eddie Howe always does. He never kind of like does what Pep Guardiola does and leaves the Carabao Cup as like a lesser competition. Eddie Howe goes for every single game, and with them attacking options, we can certainly do that. Full throttle, full force. But ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I'm worried about in this whole saga, if we miss out on Hugo Ekitike, I mean, fair play, Liverpool can have him, as bad as that sounds. I'd much rather keep Alexander Isak. That's undoubtedly my personal #1 priority. Keep the best striker in the world where he belongs, where we signed him from Real Sociedad. He can't just betray us like that. I'm joking. Obviously, the footballing world and Isak's own selfishness, so to speak, could take over that. But my main worry is, what if Alexander Isak gets his head turned? Liverpool are basically saying, look, we're going to offer £120 million. We want you with the Premier League champions. Look, let's all be real. If Liverpool sign Isak, they can win the lot. There's no kind of like going around it because we don't like Liverpool, or we obviously don't want Isak to go to Liverpool. If they sign him, they will be unstoppable. Imagine Mo Salah, Isak, Wirtz, McAllister, the list goes on, like Virgil van Dijk, Alisson. That is a very, very good team. We can't deny that, ladies and gentlemen. So if they do sign him, they will win the lot, and obviously they're going to get a lot more money back from that. Another thing that's going to be tested is Newcastle United's stance on this. Will they just let Liverpool sign Alexander Isak, stick to their guns and say, no, we're not selling him for £120 million. He's worth more than that. We are going to maximise our profit for the player we bought, knowing the fantastic player he'd eventually become at Newcastle United in the Premier League, being a fantastic goal scorer, and of course he is obviously, as we all know, worth more than £120 million. It's 150 at least. Yes, of course, that would be a record buy for Liverpool, obviously a record sale for Newcastle by an absolute long stretch, but it's exactly what he's worth as well. And let's be real, lads and lasses, when it comes to the nitty gritty, if we do say Ekitike alongside Isak, and maybe next summer when Isak has got what, 3 years left on his contract, if we do sell him for £150 million, as sour as it would be, because he's obviously one of the best, arguably the best footballer, maybe not striker because Shiraz, legendary, whatever, undoubtedly got a better legacy at the club, but £150 million for Isak, it's going to be a rebuild. Let's just say that we can focus our money on other areas, but of course you can't replace Alexander Isak. No striker in the world, literally in the entire footballing market, can replace Alexander Isak. So it's just about being smart, investing money in the right areas, but we can't deny, if it does come down to it next season, Isak wants to go, and Newcastle have got knocked out the Champions League, we've not won anything, £115 million, it's quite hard to look past that for a complete rebuild. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Long story short, Newcastle have had a bid for Hugo Ekitike rejected, confirmed by Sky Sports actually, and of course Sky Sports Germany, both the English and the German branch. But Liverpool now know that Alexander Isak will stay at Newcastle this summer, despite trying to approach Isak and of course approaching Newcastle, letting them know they want to do a deal at £120 million. No chance, absolutely not. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new for all Newcastle United content. And my God, still look at this pink shirt. I guarantee you've been looking at it through the video, and I really don't blame you. Yes, it looks like Inter Miami sort of home shirt. You probably do expect Lionel Messi to come with it, but it's quite nice, isn't it? Nevertheless, I've been Geordie Josh. Go and enjoy your day, people.